In the North Valley, Madera County is now a Second Amendment sanctuary county. Across the nation, counties have adopted Second Amendment sanctuary resolutions to reaffirm their commitment to this fundamental right.
This was born out of, state laws that were recently signed, but continue to get signed by our governor that continue to erode those constitutional freedoms that are afforded to us.
Supervisor Jordan Wamhoff says the resolution reaffirms the county stands up for the Second Amendment. The resolution does not create new gun laws or change the way that the county operates.
In response to AB 1127, a California county has become a Second Amendment sanctuary. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like channel like content, what I do, you can explore the link. Everything's appreciated. Online store is open. CGB20 will get you 20% off, free shipping. Connecticut residents, you got to pay a sales tax. I have no say in the matter, but CGB20 gets you 20% off. Let's talk about this. Days ago, I did a video on California basically passing AB 1127, which bans Glocks from being sold in the state. Now, it doesn't ban them completely, but it does prevent the shipment of newer Glocks to come into the state. The whole premise is they're claiming that these guns can be modified very easily with the Glock switch. So this is their response. Like, this is really going to do something, but once again, these people are clueless. But Madera County out there in California said, you tell you what, we're going to become a Second Amendment sanctuary. We're going to respond to this egregious encroachment on the Second Amendment by declaring ourselves a Second Amendment sanctuary. Now, of course, these sanctuaries, especially when it comes to the Second Amendment, are always a paper-only idea, because how do you enforce that? Can they prevent the state from walking in and enforcing gun laws in that area? That's going to be the biggest question. But let me bring you into here. California County responds to Glock ban by becoming to a sanctuary. I'm going to come right to here. The Madera County Board of Supervisors on Tuesday voted to declare the county a Second Amendment sanctuary in a 4-0-1 decision, with Supervisor David McCauley abstaining. The resolution, introduced by Supervisor Jordan Wamhoff, expresses the county's support for the right to keep and bear arms and its opposition to any law viewed as unconstitutional restriction on that right. The measure passed without any amendments. And of course, we know the vote comes in response to Gavin Newsom signing off on Assembly Bill 1127, which banned Glocks in the state. Now, here's the thing. What will it change? Not much, really. I mean, even AB 1127 didn't change much, because Glocks that are already in the state can be sold and transferred, and there's no issues. But as I stated in my previous video concerning this bill and it going into law, can the state now turn around and say all Glocks of third, fourth, and fifth generations must be turned in? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. I know people are going to jump out their seat and scream and yell, but it is possible. Glock has already decided to discontinue multiple models in those generations. These states can turn around and say, well, Glock is admitting that they can be modified, so let's just go ahead and have everybody turn them in. Of course, it would be basically some kind of a half-assed backwards gun buyback, but the potential for this kind of gun grab to happen, it's very possible. Gun stores have to follow both federal and state laws, so they're not going to keep selling Glocks once AB 1127 kicks in, and AB 1127 doesn't prohibit the possession of Glocks. So residents in Madera County don't have to worry about police trying to confiscate them. Now, it's largely symbolic. As I pointed out, it's more of a paper thing than anything else, but that doesn't mean it's unimportant, though. Governor Gavin Newsom tries to talk out of both sides of the mouth on guns, pretending he's not anti-gun. If you remember, he went on a podcast and the guy gave him a bit of a sig. And he's like, oh, this is great. I got to declare this. When you could clearly see he wasn't comfortable holding it, while signing and advocating for some of the strictest restrictions in the nation. For yet another county in the state to say they're not going to enforce those laws is the middle finger at Newsom, especially when it's a response to a particular law. All right, let me come out of that. So Madeira County is going to stand up and say, yeah, we're going to be a sanctuary county. That's fine. Like, I'm going to repeat it one more time. This is more of a paper thing than anything that can be enforced. Because if California decides you have to turn in your third, fourth, and fifth generation Glocks, this sanctuary is not going to hold up very well. But I applaud them for taking initiative and stepping up. I doubt it will hold up under scrutiny. And that's unfortunate. But it's funny when a county declares themselves a sanctuary for guns, it has less pull than when a city, county, or state declares themselves a sanctuary for illegal immigrants. Funny how it works, right? We'll see how this plays out, but I'm waiting for the first lawsuit to hit the floor with this AB 1127, and that's probably going to happen very quickly. And with Judge Benitez out there, Newsom has a real struggle, a real serious uphill struggle to keep this law in place. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.